All right, story. 1 minute. It was one day before Rosh Hashanah, and in the city of Lubavitch, town of Lubavitch, and one of the Chabad Hasidim, he had a like a sort of a hotel where guests would come and he would serve them food. Something very simple, but he could take over there. If he would clear out the one big room that he had, as it was a place maybe you could fit there 100 people. But the problem was is he didn't have any customers. Oh, shalom. I'm sorry that I had to cut the class short, but I had somewhere to go, and actually everybody is still here. So I'm just continuing the story. The story takes place in Lubavitch in the days of the Rebbe Marash, the fourth Rebbe of Chabad. What's that's like about something about 150 years ago. There was one of the Hasidim over there. He had a sort of a hotel, a place where you could make weddings and things like that. But he didn't have any customers. People didn't come. And he had a few setbacks and he was really in trouble. He didn't know what to do. And his creditors were hounding him. He owed money and he didn't have any way to pay it. And he was wandering the streets like a madman. It was the night before Rosh Hashanah, and he didn't know what he was going to do. He had no money. He had no money even for his own family. He was wandering around crying and yelling, and he didn't notice that he went into the front yard of the Rebbe. The Rebbe lived on the second floor. Rebbe Shmuel was his name. Rebbe Shmuel, or the Maharash. The Rebbe heard all this commotion. It was early in the morning, 5 in the morning. The Rebbe was sitting and learning, and he went out and he said, Feivel, what's wrong? He looked up and he realized what he had done, that he wandered into the front yard of the Rebbe. Now, the Rebbe was not just a leader. The Rebbe is a totally different type of a human being. Something like a prophet. Prophets, they just got messages from they didn't know where. They didn't know where. And the same thing with the Rebbe. The Rebbe was a person that's just a different type of a human being. What inspires him is different than everybody else. What motivates him, where his mind is totally different than everybody else. Even more like than a tzaddik. A tzaddik is a Jew that he feels God all the time, but he doesn't have the talents, the unusual holiness and the ability to impart holiness to others, especially in giving advice and blessings and things like that. Anyway, so the Rebbe says, what's wrong, Feivel? What are you crying about? He says, oh, Rebbe, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. So he said, but Rebbe, I need money. I'm going crazy. I don't know what to do. As soon as it's going to be Rosh Hashanah, I don't have any money. People are hounding me, my creditors, and they need money also. I owe them money and I feel bad, and they need money and I can't pay them. And what am I going to do? He started to cry and scream. So Rebbe Marashi said, I see that there's a lot of people that are going to be coming to your prepare for at least 100 people. So when are they going to be coming? They'll come for Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is going to begin in, let's say, another 12 hours. Whatever. They're going to come. Oh, thank you. 100 people. He runs home and he tells his wife, I was just by the Rebbe. The Rebbe told me, look down from his porch on the second floor, and he told me to get ready. There's going to be a lot of people. So his wife said, well, who's going to give us? We're going to get food. Nobody's going to give us credit. We owe everybody. So don't worry. I'll tell him that the Rebbe told us, and it'll be okay. So sure enough, he goes around to the meat store, and to the butcher, and to the baker, and to the fish store, and to the grocery store, and he buys meat and vegetables and fruit and everything you need. And the pots are boiling, and everything is boiling in his house. And it's boiling. His wife is everybody's happy, and they're all singing, and he gets a few, people to come and help him, and they're helping and they're cooking, and then no, by the time it's like 1 o'clock, everything is all finished. Where are the people? The tables are all set for 100 people. Nobody comes. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. 3:30, his wife says, tell me, Feivel, are you sure you spoke to the Rebbe? I mean, this is not, you're not just making this up. I'm sure I went to the Rebbe. I said, maybe did you understand what he said? Maybe he said something else. But no, he said clearly. Meanwhile, it comes to be, 4 o'clock, nobody in sight. His wife is yelling at him and screaming at him, you're a no good, you're a loser. Should have never married you. It was the biggest mistake I ever could. I had other people that wanted to marry me and I married you. They told me this, and she's yelling and screaming and screaming and screaming. Half an hour, but the holiday comes in at 5 o'clock. 4:30, all of a sudden, somebody hears knocking on the door, opens it. What is it? Someone, because please, have you got a place for people to sleep, to eat? we were on our way to Vitebsk and we took a wrong turn and we'll never make it. We heard you have a place for guests. Can you provide? Have you got food? I know it's the last minute. And he said, well, I mean, how many people are you? He said, we're a whole group of 300 people. That we came from far away. We took a wrong turn. There's 3 foreign. So listen, we'll pay top dollar. We'll pay ahead. We'll give you anything that you want to. Please just. So he thinks 300 people. We're going to put them all. So he figures out a way. Okay, maybe you'll have to eat in turns. Whatever you say, we'll eat. Everybody gets 1/3 of the portions. Anything, just a place that we can lay down. We'll sleep on the floor. And just so we'll have a place. Okay. So he arranges it for all the people. The people come and they're happy and they're eating and they're singing. And this is 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. Amazing miracle. After the holiday is finished, and of course they paid him in full, and he pays off all of his debts that he's got, and he's got money left over for. So he goes to the Rebbe. He says, Rebbe, thank you. Thank you for the. But I want to know something, Rebbe. Why didn't you tell me that they're going to come at the last minute? You could have told me they're going to come last minute. You could have saved us a lot of aggravation and a lot of tension. Why didn't you? We're grateful that the people came. So the Rebbe said, I was up high, right? And from where I was, I couldn't see all of the details. The man figured what it meant was that he was on the second floor and he saw somehow or other over the horizon, who knows what. But the fact is the Rebbe was in some place high up spiritually, and he knew that these people were coming, but it wasn't divulged to him how many people and exactly when they were going to be coming, but he knew it was going to be at least 100. And that's the same thing the Rebbe said, Mashiach is going to come. He has to come any minute. The little tiny details about how long, when, but for sure it's going to happen, and for sure it'll be happy, and for sure it'll be profitable to everybody. We just have to not get too aggravated. Have a good day with Mashiach now. Oh, you know what? Let's do the Yom Yom here. Let's do the Yom Yom 1 second. Stop recording.